Hey there, Laggy, Game Changer here. The reason why I get these screenshots from a recruit is obviously I'm trying to identify patterns now. Clearly, everything about you is going to be absolutely superb. I get that. There's not going to be much I can learn, but I still want to go through the motions as if you were a new player. Now, things that I'm looking for are, you'll obviously get a lot of new guys here where their attack formats are like, particularly, five like rhinos and two Abrahams and a couple of Mortarmen, and you can appreciate they're just trying to smash their way through. There's no tactics there. So you try and coach that because obviously that's going to be a huge oil bill, isn't it? You're looking for perhaps people who aren't using Humvees if they're lower levels and things along that sort of line. You're looking for people. I mean, if you look here at your defenders, you've got defenders coming out after 10 seconds, 16 seconds, 32, but you sometimes find people have all loaded them into the front section, so they've got like defenders coming out after like 50 odd seconds or maybe 3 minutes for tanks or something like that, which is absolutely no use whatsoever. That's fantastic. You got 1 and 1 and 4. So that's what I'm looking for, bro. I'm just trying to identify where people can improve. I mean, clearly there's not going to be much that you can improve on. I wouldn't expect you could, but I just want you to go through the motions of what I do so you can see how you could pass that on to your guys as well. Because I do want some sort of standardized training method, if I can put my teeth in. So the next thing I'm going to look at, obviously I'm scouting your base here. So yeah, I'd go into the guys base. Now clearly again, yours is absolutely superb. I'm sure you know about the walls touching and obviously vehicles and escaping and things like that as well. So I probably don't need to cover that, but most people don't know that. So again, you'd guide them that way. I had a base earlier today where he'd put his barracks and his war factory right at the spawn zone here, so he could take it out in seconds. He just hadn't realised that's what happens. Not everybody watches the replay videos and things along that sort of line. So I'd go into the bases. I'd be analysing what they're doing well. I'd be checking to see if they get this format where obviously everything's surrounded. I'd be checking to see if they get the format where all your bases are spaced out, all your buildings are spaced out to maximise the zone for spawning. I mean, actually, technically, if you want to, you can actually adjust this spawn area here to take out this corner if you want. I don't know if you've set that up on purpose, so that's where they launch, and then you hit them with all these guns here. So there's probably a tactic to it. I had a guy yesterday. He's literally put a whole perimeter around his base. It's like a schoolyard, man. You know what I mean? Where wherever you spawned, you're at his base. It was weak, very very weak. So this is what I do, bro. I get the analysis from the screen grabs, and it's important that we get those off the guys. If they don't give you them, push for them. Use the pinned messages to record obviously at what level you've met them at. So you're obviously a level 37. You've got an attack to die for, what was it, 90 odd percent, 97 or something like that, and a defense up there with the best of them. So I would record that in your pinned messages. Any commitments you give me, okay, so yes, I will commit to doing this, that, the other. Get them to write that back in a sense, saying yeah, I commit to the following, and then put that in your pinned messages in your channel, and then you can go back rather than troll through, because if you've got 4 or 5 different recruits, it's hard to remember exactly what you said to do with each one, or certainly my memory doesn't work well that way. But if I use my pinned messages, I can then record and then ultimately go back and kick their ass. Well, you promised me you would do this, that, and the other, you haven't done it, or well done, you said you were going to do this and you have. So that's really what I want. I want a more standardised approach. I'm sure you do a fantastic job of coaching, but other people might not be. Other people might be just typing the odd message, which just leads to disengagement, I find. I think these videos are a great way of downloading a huge amount of information. I mean, what I'm doing now in 5 minutes, you probably wish it was 2 minutes to be fair, but what I'm doing in 5 minutes, imagine that, trying to type that up. I mean, it's going to be hours and hours, days and days, you know what I mean? It's just not effective. So something along this sort of line, a one-to-one coaching where you can actually get in real terms and actually analyse their base, not bases in general. by all means use the you know, if you're doing a great attack run, record it and send it to you guys. Say, have you thought of attacking this way? All the above, mate. You know what I mean? There's no rules on this, but I do want to bring in this sort of method of standardized training with the initial base assessments, the initial screen grabs, using the pinned messages, and then we've all got some structure. I even thought of maybe having an SOG a YouTube channel specifically for training. I don't quite know how it works. I think we'll all end up with individual channels. If you're a bit more clued up on that sort of thing, you know, so we could all have the same log on or something along that sort of line. So then we've got a resource of training videos for people to go back to, rather than each sergeant having their own. So I'm open to ideas, bro, but I need this landing. I need it committing to, and I need to get everybody on board, because I can't do it on my own. Cheers, brother. Thanks.